What is that?
Oh shit, what?
Yeah, that's a crustache. I should probably shave that thing, huh? Yeah. I want to start this video by saying I was not able to see every film this year. College athlete, and I also worked. So you combine those things together, I had almost no time or money to see everything that I wanted to this year. I also don't tend to go see bad movies or movies that I believe are going to be bad because of the reasons I just listed. I don't have a lot of time or money right now. I would love to go see everything and review everything, I just don't have that time or money. Because I am a broke college student.
We got no food, we got no jobs, our pets' heads are falling off!
It should be done by now.
So I didn't get to see Spotlight, Animal Lisa, Steve Jobs, Creed, Good Night Mommy, Room, a few of these other critically acclaimed films. I did not have a chance to see them. Some of them didn't come out near me, and like I said previously, I didn't have time or money if some of them did because I wanted to see something else. I'm only human, guys. Come on.
No! You hear me? You go to hell! You go to hell and you die!
Regardless, I did manage to go see around 30 films this year, close to it. So without further ado, the reason you're here, let's get started with my list. So to start this list off, I do have a few honorable mentions, films that I really enjoyed, but just didn't quite make my top 10. They were right there, and I still love these movies, but just weren't on my top 10. And the first honorable mention is...
Hey, here we go.
The Big Short was co-written and directed by Adam McKay. You have a director in Adam McKay who really up to this point has done a lot of Will Ferrell films, so I wasn't really sure what to expect going into this. You have Christian Bale, Brad Pitt, Steve Carell, and Ryan Gosling. 4 huge names right now in film and all phenomenal actors. They all gave stellar performances in this film, but the most surprising part of this film was its narrative heft and the way it was able to tell a story, a dramatic story, by using elements of comedy, taking very complicated subject matter, and giving it to the audience in a way that we can understand and follow along. My next honorable mention is... It Follows, another very surprising film this year. Independent horror film that came out very early in the year. I was really drawn to see this film by the trailer. The music was very reminiscent of like 80s horror films, and it was very creepy, and it was a very original story. And the way that they told a story in a horror film, it was defined by creature's story, but it was done in a very new and original way, something I'd never seen before. The performances by pretty much all unknown actors and actresses were also very good in this film, and I really enjoyed it. My third honorable mention is...
Lay a finger on her and I'll kill you!
Now, Slow West is probably a movie that a lot of people didn't hear about. I actually found out about it, just kind of randomly saw a trailer on YouTube for it. Michael Fassbender, the guy, is an incredible actor. So I watched this film with really no expectations at all. I didn't know anything about it, and it is a very short movie. I believe it's only like 80 minutes long. I really felt that they could have given us a little bit more. I mean, it didn't have to be 3 hours, but maybe just a little bit more. But what they did give us was an incredible Western story with a lot of humor and some great action sequences. It was a very well filmed movie, and I loved the way that they edited it and the way it was directed. It was a very fun movie. My final honorable mention is...
So who am I? Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is...
Now, Dope is a movie that I really wanted to put in my top 10. There was just 10 more movies that I really enjoyed than Dope, but Dope was just, this was a great movie. If you were a 90s rap fan or just a fan of great rap, old rap in general, you will really love this movie. I am a huge fan of rap music, and especially 90s rap music, and I enjoyed the way that they intertwined comedy and drama and the rap music with these some new actors too that I've never really seen before, especially the lead role. I'd never seen him before in a movie. It was a really original film. I very much enjoyed this movie. Now, to start my list, I actually have a tie for number 10. I know, then technically I don't have 10 films on this list. I have 11, but you know what? Sue me.
I have flaws. What are they? Oh, I don't know. I sing in the shower. Sometimes I spend too much time volunteering. Occasionally I'll hit somebody with my car. So sue me. No, don't sue me. That's the opposite of the point that I am trying to make.
It's my list. You know what? I don't care. I wanted 11. So tied for number 10, I have...
Yo, Trey,
What up?
I got something to say.
Police coming straight from the underground. I'm coming straight out of Compton.
And tied with Straight Outta Compton is...
Come, fly with me, cachinha.
So first I'll talk about Straight Outta Compton. Straight Outta Compton was a movie I was looking forward to very much. I enjoy NWA's music. As I already said, I'm a huge rap fan, so as you can assume, I really enjoyed this movie, just like I enjoyed Dope. But the thing that was most surprising about this film was the performances. The men that portrayed the original members of NWA were phenomenal, especially Eazy-E, Jason Mitchell. This man should be nominated for an Oscar. I don't believe he's going to be, but I believe he should be. His performance was moving. It was a moving performance as Eazy-E, and you wouldn't expect that from a film talking about a notorious hip-hop group. I thought the direction was great, the music was fun. I know that they skipped over parts of their history and they kind of exaggerate a few things. You know, it's a film. But I thought what they provided us with was a very interesting biopic about the origins and the coming up of NWA, and I really enjoyed this film. Inside Out. And I would really like to put both of these films higher on my list, but I just didn't enjoy them as much as some of the other movies. But both of these films had really emotionally resonated with me. Straight Outta Compton, with the performance from Jason Mitchell and some of the scenes later in the film, and then Inside Out as a whole, really from start to finish. It's just, Pixar knows their audience. They really know how to provide a film that is smart and emotionally deep for adults, but also fun and funny for kids, humor that they will enjoy. They combine that humor, that adult and child humor, so well, and they do it once again in this film. It is easily probably Pixar's best film since Toy Story 3. It is one of my favorite Pixar films. Go see this movie if you haven't. My number 9 film on my list is...
You saw things you shouldn't have seen.
I'm gonna tell everyone what you did.
That would be a major mistake.
Denis Villeneuve. I can't speak French, so I believe it's Denis Villeneuve. Tell me if I pronounce that right. He is one of my favorite directors, up and coming. The only films of his I have seen are Sicario, Prisoners, and Enemy, and I loved all 3 of those films. I'd like to see some of his French films, because he is a French director. This man is a brilliant writer and director, and Sicario's no different. Now, the reason I don't have this film higher on my list was because I heard all the praise, and I was expected to be completely blown away by this film. I was not blown away by the ending. The ending I kind of saw coming, but I was told that it was going to be some crazy, shocking ending. I think that kind of overhyped it for me, but I still love this film regardless. Emily Blunt is a hell of an actress. Josh Brolin, Benicio del Toro, great film. An incredible action thriller film that has you on the edge of your seat throughout. My number 8 film on my list is...
It's over.
You're done with the past. But the past is not done with you.
The ending of this film floored me. Big reveal at the end of this movie that I was sitting there for 60 seconds like this. I wasn't even aware I was doing it. Hair on the back of my neck stood up. It's not even just the ending. From beginning until the end of this film, the performances from Joel Edgerton and Jason Bateman are absolutely stunning, and even Rebecca Hall gives a great performance. Joel Edgerton really is excelling in this film as a director and a writer. He knows how to build tension throughout the entire movie. The tension is building and building and building until it finally just tears you down at the end of this film. I loved this movie. It was very good. My number 7 on the list is...
If you get blood on the carpet, you have to take the carpet up.
Kingsman. This movie is so much fun. What an eye-popping action extravaganza. Visually and from a standpoint of the script, this film is incredible. There's a lot of elements of humor and drama that are intertwined very well into this script. The performances are also very good, but the action in this movie is just so much fun. The way that they do all the action sequences, I mean, it's very well directed and edited and shot very well. And I had a lot of fun with this movie. I would be really interested to see a sequel. It was a great film. And number 6 on my list is...
Tell the world. Tell my family that I will never stop fighting to make it home.
Martian. Ridley Scott is back. He really hadn't put out a good movie in a while, and now he finally gives us a good movie. I mean, really, in my opinion, his last great movie was Prometheus. A lot of people didn't really like that film, but I did. And then the performances. This is an all-star cast with a lot of great performances. Matt Damon obviously is the standout, and they really did a great job of combining comedy and drama and really some great suspense. I found myself sweating during some of the scenes in this movie because it was so suspenseful. It was a great film. And number 5 on my list is
The dark side. And the light.
Star Wars The Force Awakens. We finally get another good Star Wars movie. And all the people that are joining on the bandwagon for this internet hate right now, because apparently it's fun to hate on the new Star Wars movie. That's fine, man. Whatever. If you hate this movie, I feel bad for you because I had a lot of fun with this, especially after the disappointment of the prequels. J.J. Abrams has brought this film roaring back, and I'm very excited to see where this new saga goes. Number 4 on this list is...
We're wrong.
Wrong about what?
Everything. Do you want to be with me?
Can we talk about the lies you've been spinning me?
What lies? What lies?
You have to help me.
You have to help me.
Ex Machina, another great suspenseful science fiction thriller. An original science fiction thriller. I haven't seen a science fiction horror thriller film this good in a very long time. Oscar Isaac is phenomenal. Donald Gleason, a lot of great performances by him this year. And Alicia Vikander, I don't know if I pronounced that right, she was amazing as Ava. She is very convincing as an AI. The themes that are presented in this movie are very thought-provoking. It'll leave you thinking for days after you see this. My number 3 on my list is...
What a lovely day!
Mad Max Fury Road. The only Mad Max I've seen is the very first one, but I'd really like to see the second and the third now that I've seen the fourth film. I enjoyed the first film, but it wasn't like my favorite movie ever. This film is one of my favorite movies of the year, obviously. I have it at number 3. I went with no expectations, and I left this movie with a stupid look on my face, a stupid grin, because it was so much fun. It was just a non-stop action film, and it also presented practical effects in real locations with very minimal CGI, and it looked incredible. Tom Hardy was brilliant as Mad Max. Very subtle performance, and Charlize Theron was incredible as Furiosa. I loved watching her in this movie. But this film also presented us with a lot of emotional and narrative heft themes that really made you think about control and society and slavery and women, and a lot of great elements to this film that I really enjoyed. Go see it if you haven't seen it. And my number 2 film is...
When you get to hell, tell them Daisy sent you.
You gon' die now!
The Hateful Eight, Quentin Tarantino. He brought us another colossal film with Hateful Eight. I have given a much more in-depth review of this film, so I'll make this brief. I enjoyed the music, the cast, the dialogue, the story as a whole. Even though it was only in one place, I really thought it was incredibly suspenseful. And of course, as always, it has Tarantino's flair for dramatization and over-the-top violence and just his own unique style of filmmaking. And I absolutely love this film. It was another Tarantino classic, and I thought it was the second best film of the year. My pick for number 1 might be obvious at this point because I gave it a rave review yesterday. So without further ado, my favorite film of 2015 is... Revenant. I was so excited to go see this movie. I had very high expectations for it, and it not only met them, it completely exceeded them. I left this movie wanting to go see it again the second I walked out. I absolutely loved everything about this movie. Score. I mentioned the score a lot. I'm just going to give you a brief side note. I thought there was a lot of incredible original scores in filmmaking this year. Ex Machina, It Follows, The Hateful Eight, The Revenant, Sicario, even The Martian, they all had great scores, so check those soundtracks out if you haven't. The Revenant, I gave an in-depth review yesterday on it, so if you want to go watch that for more of my feelings about the film, do so. But Inarritu gave me another incredible film. He gave me my favorite movie in 2014, or one of my favorites, and he gave me my favorite film of 2015. I absolutely love this film. I had a great time. So that's my list for the top 10 films of 2015. Even though there was 11 in my list, that's okay. It was my list. That's how I want to do it. My list may not have gave incredibly insightful or in-depth thoughts of each film. I have a few of these films I just talked about on my list. I have in-depth reviews on my channel for them. Some of them I don't. My channel's very new. I didn't have a lot of time to review all these films. If you'd like to see more in-depth reviews of some of these films, let me know and I'll do them. Yeah, these were my favorite films of 2015. I'm very excited for 2016. There's not really any big ones in January. January is always kind of a cesspool month for Hollywood. There's a lot of bad movies in January. Coming into February and into the summer, there's going to be some great films, and I'm going to be talking about those very soon. So if you like this video, please like it, comment below, let me know what you thought about my list. I like to have some conversations about these movies. I really enjoyed all of them, and there were some other movies I also enjoyed this year. Some other films I'd still like to go see. Let me know what your list is. What were your favorite films of 2015? I'd like to talk about it with you. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I'm going to keep putting out videos. I love doing this. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, Vince the Film Nerd. Those are my favorite films of 2015. And I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching.